I'm going to record 100 YouTube videos in 100 days, and in this video, I'm going to tell you why. Hi, I'm Devin Rodriguez, founder of a company called Storypreneur, and we help coaches learn how to master the art of storytelling so that they can market and sell what they have to their audience. And I have this channel for two reasons. Number one, I think it's going to be super cool in 50 years from now to look back and see all the progress I made. And number two, I'm not here to share the truth. I'm here to share my truth and what's working for me and my clients. So this video today, I wanted to make for you to explain why I am going to be doing 100 YouTube videos in 100 days. Sounds a little bit crazy, but hear me out a little bit. Me in my life, it's not been necessarily the smoothest road. I've gone through a lot, similar to you probably, where I was bullied for many years of my life and I had to persist and really go through some hard things, but eventually I overcame that. Went to high school, went through some really difficult things, eventually overcame that. Went to college, did some really hard things, eventually overcame that. And I became obsessed with people like David Goggins. And I went on to run a 105-mile race. I went on to win a last man standing run, which is where you run, this instance, run 1 mile within 15 minutes until there's one person remaining, and I won the race. I ran a 30-mile race. I did some other things. And then I had some injuries. And for about the past 2 years, I haven't done any of that stuff. And what I've come to realize is that mental toughness is perishable. That if you don't actively practice it and actively put yourself in uncomfortable situations, it goes away. And I have to be real with myself that I've gotten a bit soft. I haven't been keeping my commitments. I haven't been mentally tough. I haven't had the same type of relentlessness. I haven't had the same type of drive. I've been letting myself off the hook, having some negative thoughts. And instead of running a 100-mile race or something like that, which I know I absolutely can do, one of the things that I've been wanting to do for a really long time was YouTube. And I've been really inconsistent, posting a video here, then 4 months later posting a video there. The number one reason why I'm doing 100 YouTube videos in 100 days is to prove to myself that I can do it. It doesn't really matter to me if anybody watches them, if I get any subscribers. I want to prove to me that I am who I think I am. Because a lot of the times in our lives, we tell ourselves things like, you work so hard, you never quit, you do persevere, you're so determined. And even other people around us, like our parents, our family, our friends, or just people around us in general, tell us these things. And we come to believe them. But then what happens is when we lay down in bed at night, we hear all of these things that we're saying to ourselves and other people are saying to us, but we don't have the evidence in our life to support what we're being told. And guys, for so long, I tried to just rely back on, I won a last man standing run, or I ran 105 miles. I'm mentally tough, but I've become soft because it's a perishable skill. So the first reason why I want to do this is because I want to prove to me that I can do something uncomfortable. I'm not good at editing. I'm not going to have my video editor editing these because I'm going to be recording these on the day of most of the time. I'm not going to be having someone schedule them for me because I'm not going to have time to, so it's all going to be on me. But I want to do that because I want to prove to Devin that I can do it. So really the lesson in that for you is, I understand you might be telling yourself positive affirmations or people might be telling you some stuff, but what can you be doing in your life? What is the challenge that you can embark on that will prove to you that you actually are who you tell yourself that you are? Because without belief, or without evidence of that belief rather, then it's not going to be an actual belief. And how do you know if something is an actual belief? Is your behavior in line with your belief? So for so long I was talking about, I'm working so hard, I'm grinding, I'm determined, I'm relentless, I don't give up. But then I looked at my actions, and my actions weren't in line with what I was telling myself and what other people were telling me. So if we want to see the level of belief that we have, all we have to do is look at our results, look at our thinking. And I'm not talking about the thinking that you're thinking when you're talking to somebody else or you're on Instagram Live. I'm talking about the thinking when you're down in your bed, eyes closed, and it's just a conversation with you and you. See, I teach people how to share their story, but the most important story that we ever share is the story that we tell ourselves about who we are. I'm the first one to admit that I got some work to do, hence why I'm doing 100 videos in 100 days, so that I can lift my arms up in the air at the end of 100 days and say, I did something that I'm proud of. When was the last time that you did something that you're proud of? Might have been yesterday, might have been 2 weeks ago, might have been 2 years ago. But now is the time to prove to yourself that, hey, I can do things that I'm proud of. I can keep my word. I'm not a person that sets goals and doesn't achieve them because I'm sick of that. And it sucks to be in that position. And anyone that tells you that they don't have anything that's going on in their life, that they're full of crap. So I want you to understand that I'm making this video for me, but also maybe to give someone the courage out there that wants to challenge themselves as well. Because I've been reflecting on something that's been haunting me. I was in one of my coaching calls the other day and I had my clients do this exercise. God just placed this on my heart. I don't know how it came to me, but I've written my eulogy before. Like the words that I want people to say about me when I die. But what I had the idea of, and I never did until last Sunday, I wrote a letter of regret. And in that letter of regret, it was addressed to me. It was addressed to the person that I could have been. And it said things like, I'm so sorry for allowing fear to stop you from becoming all you can be. I'm so sorry to my family that I did not allow, because of myself, I did not allow us to enjoy the life that I know we were meant to live. I'm sorry to my parents that I failed you and I wasn't able to provide you with everything that I wanted to provide you. And I wrote down line by line all of the things that people would read about me if I didn't start acting in accordance with the person that I know I can become. Because I know that I have infinite potential and you have infinite potential. The last thing that I want, and the thought that's been haunting me as of late, is me dying and God showing me the reflection of who I could have been. So that's part of why I'm doing this. That will be me living up to my potential in my own way. That's a scary thought. One of my mentors, he used to say, hell is when you die and you meet the person that you should have been. The second reason why I want to do this is because I want to document my journey. For so long, I've been doing this. I've been thinking this, rather. And I started journaling recently, about 6 months ago, and I love it. I do it almost every day. Sometimes I forget for a day or two. For the most part, I'm pretty good with it. But I want to document it with video. Because what better gift to not only give your family when you're no longer here, but to give to yourself. 50 years down the road, you get to look back and say, wow, look how far I've come. Look at all the value that I delivered. Look at all the impact that I had on this earth. That's why I want to do it. I don't want to live my life and say, I can't remember what I did. I want to be able to look back and see exactly what I was doing, when I was doing it, how I was doing it, and the progress that I made. I just want to document the journey. So I wanted to come on here and just share this with you all because I'm going to do something that to me is going to mean a lot. Because I've come to the realization that I've not been all that I can be. But I'm done living that life. And I'm willing to allow who I used to be to die in order for me to become all I can be. Because at the end of the day, I do not want to die one day and God show me the person that I could have been. And that not be exactly who I actually lived on earth. So, don't know what your challenge is? Develop one. Maybe you want to go 5 days of working out, whatever it is. Challenge yourself in some way so that you can evolve, become a new level of yourself, and ultimately step in to the version of yourself that God called you to be. Because if I know something about you, it's that you've had glimpses of that person in the past where you've seen how great you could potentially be, but for one reason or the other, you haven't quite stepped into that person fully, just like I haven't. But I'm ready to do it, and YouTube is going to be one way to do it. And also, how cool is it going to be to just have a library of my material? So, look forward to it. I'll be back tomorrow and every day for the next 99 days. We're going to start this journey. It won't be easy. It won't be sexy. It'll be messy. Some thumbnails will be ugly. Some won't even have thumbnails. Some videos might be vlogs. Some other... I'm doing it because I want to prove to me that I can be all that I can be.